Welcome to Clean Water Services' new Durham Liquid Waste Receiving Station. The purpose of this video is to familiarize drivers on the use of the new station, instruct drivers on the use of the new station, and illustrate differences in procedures from the old site to the new site. Drivers will use the existing security cards to enter the new site. Once the gate is open, a video camera will be activated and record the entire transaction. An ample turnaround area is provided so trucks can back into the receiving station. Each truck will need an adapter or a hose with a 6-inch female cam lock fitting to attach to the inlet connection of the receiving station. This is the access panel to the customer kiosk. The driver must enter an access code and a PIN number to gain access to the system. If the access code and PIN number are valid, then a driver will be prompted to push the start button. This will open the valve to the receiving station and the driver can discharge his waste into the system. When the load is finished discharging, the driver can push the stop button. He or she will receive a receipt that shows the amount discharged and the pH of the load. If the system does not register any flow going through the system, it will automatically stop after 2 minutes. If a driver wishes to temporarily stop the unloading of the waste, then he or she can push the hold button, which will close the valve. The driver can restart the process of unloading the waste by pushing the start button again. When the driver is finished offloading the waste, then he or she can disconnect from the system. The driver can wash down the area with the hose spigot provided. The driver must replace the cap prior to leaving the site. Load tickets are available in the receiving station shelter. A load ticket must be filled out and placed in the lockbox for each load discharged to the system. After the site is cleaned up and the load tickets are filed in the lockbox, the driver can exit the site. The drivers must use caution while exiting the plant because the public can be using the RV dump site on the left just before the plant exit gate. To review key points for use of the new Durham Liquid Waste site. Security cards are needed to gain site access. The receiving station has a 6-inch male cam lock fitting. Proper adapter or hose is furnished by the haulers. The proper access code and PIN number are needed to operate the system. Proper site cleanup is required. Load tickets must be completed and filed in the lockbox. No sample needs to be collected by the drivers. All transactions are videotaped. Use caution when exiting the site. If the system is closed or shut down for some reason, when a driver tries to operate the customer kiosk, he can call the main office number at 503-681-3600. The driver will get an answering service after the hours of 5 p.m. and before 8 a.m. The driver should tell the answering service that it is an emergency and needs to speak to the duty officer. The duty officer will call the driver back and try to get the system started again. Each load discharged to the liquid waste receiving station must meet the pH requirements of between 6.0 and 10.0. Any loads not within pH range will be investigated by source control staff. The liquid waste receiving station will shut down if the pH of the load is 3 or below or 11 and above. These loads will automatically be rejected and no exception will be allowed to discharge into the system. Failure to meet pH requirements may result in permit suspension or fines.